My name's Deitsch. I'm a biochemist. I like to say I'm a little different in the field because I'm both a nutritional biochemist and a pharmaceutical biochemist. As a pharmaceutical biochemist, I've worked in drug discovery for over 20 years. I run a company called Pharma Corporation. We're a publicly traded biotech company. We have drugs in the pipeline for the treatment of multiple sclerosis, HIV, adrenal myeloneuropathy, ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and pain. As a nutritional biochemist, I had the great fortune of, while I was still in graduate school, to start working for the Rexall Sundown family of companies. And I wound up being the head of product development for the network marketing arm of Rexall. I made most of their products. So over the years, I formulated over 100 different dietary supplements. If you added up the sales that my products did, it's now over $4 billion in sales from products that I developed. And so I still continue to develop dietary supplements. I continue to do clinical research on dietary supplements. To date, I've done over 50 clinical studies on the products that I've developed. Besides publishing clinical research, I've written 2 books. So the first book was called Are You Age-Wise? A Guide to Healthy Aging, and that kind of talks about the difference between chronological and biologic age. And then my second book was called Invisible Killers. So that's where I dealt with what are the toxins in the environment? Where do they come from? How do they get into our bodies through food, water, air? Once they're in our bodies, biochemically, what do they do? And then how do they increase our risk for disease and dysfunction? And the most important thing is, how do you avoid toxic exposure, mitigate the risk of toxic exposure, and actively detoxify? And that's where we talk about especially the use of natural zeolites in detoxifying the body. We want to have products. I mean, everyone has products for general health, you know, your general vitamins and minerals, things like that. And as far as I'm concerned, it's gotten so much in the dietary supplement world that I don't want to have a product that I have to say, why is it better than what you can buy at Walmart or GNC? So we want products that you really can't get anywhere else. And you'll never have the opportunity to get anywhere else. And there are specific products for health and detoxification, wellness and detoxification. So the first product is, of course, my zeolite. This is really the only truly micronized and activated zeolite on the planet. And I know because I'm the category creator. I created the very first micronized activated zeolite. And after I did it and had 15 clinical studies and published results, and we had thousands and thousands and thousands of testimonials and sold millions of bottles, all these people tried to knock me off. The problem is they can't. They don't know how to make it. They don't know how to do it right. And so they basically use my marketing material, my content to sell their inferior products. And so anything else out there, I can tell you why it's not this product, but this is the original micronized activated zeolite. I don't want to say original because we get it better all the time. You know, manufacturing improvements take place. We can make it faster, better, more standardized. So this, I can tell you, is the best product I've ever made. Okay, this Cell Defender, it's micronized activated zeolite that systemically goes in and pulls out heavy metals, toxins, volatile organic compounds from the body, detoxes the body, stabilizes pH, and stabilizes immune system health. It does it very, very safely and very, very efficiently. Okay, so this is the key product for Avini Health. This is where everything starts. Get the junk out of the body. Okay, and then we go to Zimmunity. Zimmunity is really interesting. So we had launched a product, a mushroom product at a former company of mine. And it was a mushroom blend plus my zeolite, just the powdered zeolite. And it was an amazing product that helped spike and modulate immune system function. Now that product only had 6 mushrooms in an extract. This is 7 mushrooms in a whole solution. And it's an amazing mushroom product. It's very, very, very high in beta-glucans. The best way to describe what beta-glucans are, especially 1,3,1,6 beta-glucan, is imagine that the immune system cells need to talk to each other, just like an army needs to communicate. Beta-glucans are like the walkie-talkies of your immune system. They help your immune system communicate with each other. And don't you want your immune system up here to know what your immune system is doing down here? So beta-glucans allow that to happen. And so it modulates immune system function and stabilizes immune system function so your immune system can work at the best possible way without overreacting. And that's important. You can't just say spikes immune system function or reactivity, because that could be a hyperimmune response, which can be very dangerous. In fact, even in what happened with COVID, most of the damage of COVID was not the virus. It was the immune response to the virus that caused something called a chemokine storm that caused a lot of the side effects. So if you could stabilize immune system function, prevent that hyperimmune response, you can actually allow the body to heal properly, to function properly, and be resistant to bacterial and viral infection. And so that's what this product does. It's very synergistic with the zeolite, powerful antioxidant, powerful immunomodulating agent, something that everybody can utilize to actually just be healthier all the time. Okay, then we have nano silver. And I gotta tell you, I was never a fan of silver products before because they were ionic silver. When you have silver ions, and silver ions are definitely antibacterial, antiviral, they clean up all the time, so topical silver is great. You rub it on, you can kind of kill microbes, kill bacteria, you put it on sores, stuff is fabulous. But the problem with ionic silver in the past is that it can also hurt the immune system. So I was never a fan of ingested silver. I always liked topical silver until we saw this research on nano-clustered silver. Once you get these clusters of silver ions, they can't readily get into the cells, do the things that ionic silver does. And so these nano silver clusters, and these are 7 nanometer clusters of silver, are incredibly safe and incredibly effective at cleaning out the body. And it works synergistically with the zeolite. In fact, there's a recent study published that shows that clinoptilate can grab these nanocluster silvers on the surface of the zeolite and carry it around the body for better distribution. So these products work amazingly well together, where this is detoxifying and this is cleaning out the body from microbes, from things that don't belong there, that are biologic, instead of just heavy metals and toxins. So I think between the two, we have a really great system for cleaning out the body of anything that really doesn't belong there. And then, as I said before, I've been working with my pharma company on all sorts of drugs for the treatment of a disease, but specifically for pain and inflammation. And we use cobra venom. We actually use the venom from cobras, and we dilute it over 10,000-fold. And that venom blocks one of the neuroreceptors, the acetylcholine receptor, and actually the alpha-7 acetylcholine receptor. And that particular receptor is one of the pathways by which pain travels. So by modulating that receptor, we turn pain from this to this. We truncate big signals like pain. So it's not a numbing agent. There's no heat, no cold, no smell. It just blocks pain. And those receptors are also on white blood cells, so it blocks inflammation as well. So if the pain is caused by inflammation, it actually treats the problem. And it is really the strongest, most efficient, safest product as an analgesic and anti-inflammatory on the market. Okay, we have clinical studies, animal models, where we actually outperform morphine. In fact, our last rat model, we were 600 times more potent than morphine on a molecular basis because you did so little of it to be effective, and it lasted 8 hours longer than morphine. All right, so this is really, really great stuff. It's safe and incredibly effective, and we're marketing it as Plus Relief, Avini Plus Relief. And that's the product line.